Put some mustard on my biscuit.
Biscuits and mustard. French fried potatoes.
French fried potatoes, yes.
Hey everybody.
Howdy, y'all.
Hi.
It is March. It's a good time to go see some nature. The natural state.
That's where we live.
That's where we live. You know, a lot of people, if they watch on YouTube, they may not know that we live in Arkansas.
Yeah, they may not know where we're from.
They would actually, we were moving on our accents. It's what we really sound like.
Gosh darn it, you're right.
Actually, you're missing 3 teeth.
We decided that we wanted to talk about some of our, maybe not favorite, but some cool Arkansas movies.
That aren't Sling Blade.
That aren't Sling Blade, that aren't Mud, that aren't...
The really popular ones.
And no one's talking about True Grit either. That's another big one. Yeah, no.
People know about True Grit.
Yeah.
We don't have to talk about it.
I mean, all great movies.
Yeah, fantastic.
But we're going to show some love to some other ones.
This one is filmed in Arkansas exclusively, written by an Arkansan, and I'm sure the extras are from Arkansas, but none of the main characters are from Arkansas. War Eagle, Arkansas. I said Arkansas like 15 times in that sentence.
It's also an actual town.
It is an actual town.
Unlike other towns.
Which is, or fake.
Oh.
Like that one? That one's not real.
Frank O'Neill.
If you don't cry in War Eagle, Arkansas, you're an alien, and I don't believe you exist.
I've never seen it. What is
seen
it about?
Oh, both of you haven't seen it? Okay. A senior in high school who's a baseball player, and he just got a scholarship for a college in Tennessee, and he has a severe stuttering problem. Like, he can't speak very well, and his best friend has cerebral palsy, and he's extremely witty, and he can crack off jokes like crazy. And there is this like sweet little friendship where his name is Wheels because he's in a wheelchair, and it's not offensive at all. Like it's endearing.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, like I promise, it's like
Zach, I think you need to work on your pitch.
I know,
pitches.
I promise it's not offensive.
Yeah, it's not. It really isn't. And he's considering like staying because he's falling in love with a popular girl. And he doesn't know how to communicate with her because he has a severe stuttering problem. So Wheels teaches him how to love. And
It's sort of like Roxanne.
a little
And the King's Speech.
in the King's Speech, yeah, way before King's Speech.
So the King's Speech plagiarized.
They plagiarized War Eagle, Arkansas.
Wow, Graham Gordy, you got a lawsuit on you.
You do sue him.
You got
And
me.
we'll take a little bit of the money. That's what we found.
You're welcome, Graham.
We'll be your lawyer.
Ooh, I don't know.
We'll lose that instantly.
You brought up Graham Gordy from most recently True Detective.
True Detective, the newest
3.
season, and he also wrote The Love Guru, which
He probably doesn't want us bringing that up.
he doesn't want me
we
to say that.
can save that for another episode.
And Antiquities.
And Antiquities.
And he's very, like, he's a super cool guy. He's from Conway, and he still lives in Little Rock.
Conway.
Yeah,
You
that
probably can't
town.
say Conway.
Yeah, but
And it's a baseball shirt.
whoa, it's Conway and baseball, and you haven't seen War Eagle, Arkansas. It's a very, very sweet movie, and again, if you don't cry, like, you don't exist.
I think a good testament to movies that come out in Arkansas or that are from around where we either grew up or live or see is you're proud of it. So
Yeah.
it's a movie you're proud of.
It is, and there's no stereotypes, like, because Graham is known for, like, he told me that, like, he's the Southern guy because he's from here, and he doesn't rely on stereotypes.
Yeah.
Like, they're just people with Southern accents. That's it, and that's my pitch for War Eagle, Arkansas.
Or your pitch got better at the
Yeah,
It did.
We actually work with someone who worked on the film.
Oh yeah, Theba Lawley,
who's worked on a lot of things. She worked on Stone Cold with Brian Brodsworth
And Sling Blade.
Sling Blade.
and Sling Blade.
Yeah.
But she was an associate producer on War Eagle, Arkansas, and she wanted me to mention that.
Put some mustard on my biscuit.
Biscuits and mustard. French fried potatoes.
French fried potatoes, yes.
Guys, I'm going to be real. Mine's not a great movie. It's a fun movie. It is The Town That Dreaded Sundown. As soon as you hear it, you're like, "Ooh, this is going to be good." It's not. So this is a slasher movie that came out right at the beginning of this slasher movie craze. I mean, it came out a few years after Black Christmas and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but right like a year or two before Halloween. This is kind of one of the founding fathers of slasher films, but it's so bad. That's what's kind of fun about it, is there's some really good parts. Like, every time it is a horror film, it is fantastic. It takes place in Texarkana, Texas, and Texarkana, Arkansas. It was shot there, shot kind of in several Arkansas towns, but it's based on a true True story.
Amityville Horror.
Yeah,
True story.
Yep, of this phantom killer from the 40s who just kind of showed up, killed a bunch of people, and then was never heard from again. It follows the Texas Ranger, J.D. Morales.
Oh, that's
your
That's
name.
my
That's
name.
why you
Yeah, as he's hunting hunting this guy, and how the town is just freaked out by it. It's tonally like everywhere, but that's kind of what I love about it.
Yeah.
So one minute you're watching this murderer like kill this girl with a trombone, with a knife on the slide of the trombone. Yeah. And then you have like this slapstick comedy of the cops trying to find this guy.
Oh my God.
I mean, there's a character named Sparkplug, and he's
my.
he's a cop and he's driving, and he's like, and they're driving these police cars, and they're chasing who they think is a suspect, and all of a sudden they just veer off and like launch into a lake. At one point they decide, because the killer is targeting young couples going out and parking in lovers lanes, so they send a bunch of cops decoys to these lovers lanes.
No.
And one of of the pair, there's always one that's dressed like a woman, there's always one that's dressed like a man, and it's just so weird because these scenes are played for laughs, but it's fun. It's like this is a movie it's an Arkansas movie that you'd probably want to watch like in a drive-in theater, and that's what's kind of cool. Like that's it.
Yeah.
You see Arkansas in it, you're like, okay, I know probably that a lot of the town is still there. You know, like there's a Paramount Theater, and that theater's probably still there.
I chose A Face in the Crowd, directed by Elia Kazan, and it stars Andy Griffith when he's young, and Walter Matthau when he was young. Matthau.
Mathau.
Walter Matthau. And he's young. And that's the very first thing when you watch these movies now, you're like, wow. I didn't know Walter Matthau and Andy Griffith could be young. And basically what it is, this radio host, she comes to a prison and is looking for, a face in the crowd. She wants someone to play music for her, and like she wants to find the next big hit. And Lonesome Road, Andy Griffith's character.
That is a dope name.
Yeah. Lonesome
These
Road.
names.
I think it's actually a film that's more better to watch now than it was back then, because we have the discussions about toxic masculinity. This movie is about like the dangers of toxic masculinity to its core. So Lonesome Rhodes has the gift of gab, and he has a cult of personality, and these people, when he says something on the radio, they will do it. At first you think he's like forward thinking, but over time you realize, oh, this dude just takes advantage of people. He gaslights them into doing things that he wants, and he uses his persuasion to like really take over and everything. But it's really great film because, it's about Arkansas people the whole time. There's never anyone, the main focus is never on anybody that's not from Arkansas. But Andy Griffith is amazing in this movie. And I've only ever seen him as an old man or in the Andy Griffith Show. And I was just like, I never really got the appeal. But this movie, I get it now. He makes it where you want to like this guy, but everything the character does, you're like, I hate this guy, but I want to love him.
I mean, with a name like Lonesome Roads.
Lonesome Roads.
He just wants to love him right now. But
Come here,
He
Lonesome.
just wants to be a free man.
We live in Arkansas.
Love Arkansas, yes, and we live here. We love it here.
There's some good movies that were made here.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for more films to be made in Arkansas.
True Detective will certainly help with that. I hope it does.
I hope it does.
Yeah.
Maybe less northwest Arkansas and more like
Yeah, Central.
places
Right
where
here.
I live,
Yeah.
where I could actually,
Or we could just maybe be a background extra, like, and then we'll walk on screen with this.
or we'll just open a newspaper.
Okay.
Right in front of your face.
All right.
And then we'll put it down. And so we'll put it up. Yeah, that's it.
That little
Okay.
eyeball. Yeah.
Wow, we have really gone off the rails.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Un esercito di prodi da me guidato.
Vai O'Neal.